Hey everybody, this is Amy Satori, and if you don't know what I do, what I'm about, who I am, any of that, I'm about to give you a little bit of a rundown. Okay, so, and if you want to skip over this, you can. I'm going to timestamp everything. So just look beneath this video and you can just click wherever you want. Okay, if you hear noise, it's the cats trying to get in. I had to lock them out because they just kept playing. So I'm an intuitive spiritual teacher, and basically anyone who comes to me with a question, I just ask spirit what they have to say about it. I don't claim to know all the answers. It's not coming from logic. It's channeled information, and it's combined with my personality. In other words, they use what I know to explain things to you. They'll give me images of things that have happened in my past, or they'll show me, they'll remind me of things that either that I know, that I've experienced, or that I've been through. So they'll use my own experiences to explain things. That's pretty common. But they also give me information that I have no clue about. I don't even know how to spell some things sometimes. And so, just flow with me. And it's not the easiest thing in the world to translate sometimes. So you just have to flow with the information that I provide and that I give to you. Just know that it's not coming from ego. Most of the times I don't even remember what I'm saying. And even if spirit acts upset or something like that, for the most part, it's not me upset, it's spirit getting upset. So everything I do pretty much when I'm doing these channelings or these videos or the things that I make is just channeled. So, and it's channeled from the highest place possible. So I've been enlightened before. I've been in the 5D experience, so I know that it's real, very real. And it is incredible the way that we're capable of living once we realize who and what we are. So I've also had a podcast, I've had a radio show. So I've had lots of experience answering people's questions. And I was doing it live on YouTube for a while, but now I've brought everything over to my website. So how this works is, and I'm also a pet communicator, I guess you could say. I used to be a positive reinforcement animal trainer, and I have been in the corporate world, or had been in the corporate world for many years. So in many different capacities, many different hats that I would wear. So, all right. So basically, and they're just mentioning that I need to mention horses for some reason. Maybe some of you are big horse fans or something, but I grew up on a horse ranch. I didn't live on the horse ranch, but I was there all the time. So I grew up kind of a ranch hand for 8 to 18, actually longer than that. Because when I got older, I went to work for Ferrante Cutting in Western and Santa Clarita Equestrian Center. And the cats are trying to get in again. They just cannot take being separated right now. They're going to have to learn this. For those of you having to deal with separation anxiety yourselves with your own animals, it's going to be a thing right now because everybody having to stay home so much. So as often as you can, separate yourself from your animals so that they can learn to self-soothe and calm themselves down separate from you. It's a really, really good thing for them to learn. It's good for all of us to learn, but you could even look up on YouTube how to help separation anxiety. Okay, so how this works now is you go to amysatori.com/Ask Amy. And basically, I spell it all out for you there, so please read it. Also, I say that if you submit your question between this date and this date, it's going to come out in this video on this date. So it tells you, like, say you submitted the question and you totally forgot, you can check back on the site and it'll tell you the last week or so, the last week or two. So you can check whatever video you need to check for your answer. But I'm trying to do these on a regular basis every week or so. And so you basically submit your question and it tells you when it's going to be answered for you. Sometimes there's a cutoff, like I was cut off on the 18th the last time, but I went to retrieve the questions or to put them in a format that I could read off to you guys. It was like late morning. So those of you who submitted on the 18th in the afternoon, you guys just didn't make the cut. So I'm going to start saying like the 17th, that like the day before the cutoff, just in case there's those of you who are like, well, I submitted it on the 18th. Well, the 18th, it was in the afternoon. It was after I pulled the questions. So, and none of you are ever going to get skipped now. So that's the awesome thing. In PayPal, it was a lot easier to make those types of mistakes. But in the system that I have now, the way that it's organized now, it's really awesome because all I basically do is I select all the pending, anything that hasn't been fulfilled, all the orders that have not been fulfilled in terms of the questions. And that's all of you who haven't been answered. So when I'm done doing your guys' question, it's usually like a few days in advance before the Q&A. Like I'll do it every Thursday. So I usually do it like Sunday or Monday. If it's all sold out, then I go ahead and do it early. And I might even upload it early. So when you guys will be sent an email saying that your order has been fulfilled, that means your question's already been answered and that it's going to come out the next week. So that's when you know that you've got your question coming out for sure, is you'll get that confirmation email. Now also, for privacy's sake and for fun, and just because we can now, I've added a little section. I've added two little sections. One you already know about most likely, but the other one is I've added initials. So the first thing it's going to ask you is, what initials do you want me to use? So you can use fictitious initials or your real initials or whatever you want to use. But that's what I'm going to read off. So you better remember what you tell me. Otherwise, you might have to reference your order number if you end up having a question. So I thought that'd be cool. And two is, for those of you in a true love relationship, I thought it would be fun to put a question in there about like, what is a sign, symbol, or a location, or anything like something short, like a phrase, a song, something with just a few words or so. What is a sign or synchronicity from your person that you would like to submit and kind of put in the drawing jar for a future love reading? I don't know how I'm going to incorporate it yet. I got the idea from Amelia's Tarot. But basically, I'm just going to enter you in for a drawing, and I'm going to swish you guys around in your signs and symbols. And then if you get picked on that love reading, then something special happens for you, or you just get that sign or synchronicity or whatever. Not quite sure how I might even do it different, every time that I do it. And I'm doing those monthly now. So the February one is when we're going to start doing those, which is appropriate because Valentine's Day is in February. All right. So what else do you guys need to know? Hang on. Okay. So I guess that was it. So I'll dive right into the questions. Nice short intro this week. Okay. So first we have JP, and she says, "Greetings, Amy and Soul Tribe. Is my connection with Frank over? I was told a while back he was a gift from the divine as my soul partner. However, we've hit recently a bad bump in the road." Okay, so is my connection with Frank over? Yeah, I just got a yes, and I got the words "move on." So it feels like you've kind of learned your lesson from it. I see them wiping their hands clean. It's like, which feels to me like you've made a concerted effort. Both of you have tried, and I feel like on his end, he's hitting some kind of a wall, or it's like a stubborn wall, but it's the thing that's going to do him in. So unfortunately, he's crossed his arms in some area of his life that he's unwilling to cooperate or work with you on. Okay, this is rough for them to learn to stay out of the room, I'll tell you. But they're going to learn it. You cannot give in to them. They're just like children. You cannot give in to them, or they're going to know exactly what to do to get your goat. And they will keep doing that. They'll keep pushing your buttons until you give in. So hold your ground. Okay, it feels like you guys have definitely hit a dead end is what I'm seeing. So, and they just said new, so you must have somebody new coming in. It just feels like you're actually going to make some kind of, this is so weird, but I'm seeing like a rainbow colored bridge. So you're crossing over into some other dimension of reality. So I would assume that's ascension, yes. And somehow on the other side, you're not even going to care about being in a relationship is what it feels like. You're going to just be blissed out and very, very happy. So it's a good thing that they're saying, and for any of you, and this is another thing about these readings that I do, is I really try to teach all of you all together. So one person's question is like everybody's question, okay? So I do answer them individually for the person, but I also give information for all of you to learn things from as well. For all of you who are getting rid of things out of your life, if you're here's what we're going through right now. We're going through purging anything toxic and negative, period. If you're not getting anything out of that relationship, whether it's a friend, a family member, or whatever, if it's not benefiting you, if it doesn't feel good to you, if it doesn't feed your soul, if it doesn't encourage you, if it doesn't support you, if it does nothing for you, in fact, if it does the opposite, if it hurts you, if it confuses you, if it leaves you scratching your head, if it's uncomfortable, and if it's vampire, they just said vampire-like. If it's like somebody leeching off of you, or somebody trying to ride your coattails, or somebody trying to take advantage of you, like any of that has to stop, and it's stopping now. And so we're getting rid of anyone who is, we're putting up healthy boundaries with anybody who isn't contributing to our lives in a way that's helping us flourish and grow in our authenticity, in who we truly are. No more faking it. No more people pleasing. That's ending now. They just said put the kibosh on any kind of people pleasing. So it's time to please yourself. It's time to do what you truly want to do. So that's what it feels like you're coming into, and it feels like a very abundant, flourishing, beautiful time they just said it's really going to surprise you. It's really going to surprise you in terms of what you were and are capable of as a human being. So I'm going to read you some spirit cards real quick. So now they're meowing, but they're meowing down the hallway. They're protesting. All right. Yes, a move or a trip would do you a world of good. Well, there you go, a new adventure. Why do you doubt? The kingdom of God is within you. Simply walk through those gates and drop the rest, and you'll be taken care of. That is so true. If you've been on the verge of enlightening, now remember what I tell you about that too. A lot of people don't realize there's like a threshold, and you get an opportunity to go ahead and go into the kingdom of God, but you have to say yes to it and drop the need for anything else in your life. I mean, that's why they say in the Bible to leave everything and follow God. Follow Jesus. I think it talks about Jesus specifically, Yeshua. So basically, what it means is basically anything that the ego holds on to in terms of, well, if I had all this pile of gold, then I'd feel safe and secure. Instead of relying on God, which is a group of deities, it's, really relying on man or relying on materialism or whatever it is. So you have to be, even your kids, your husband, whatever it is, if you're feeling like if you have that person in your life, then you're safe, you're going to have to be willing to let it go. Now, that doesn't mean you're actually going to lose the person, or you're going to lose your animals, or you're going to lose your kids, or any of that. You're not going to lose any of it. In fact, all of it will get even better with that person or the thing or whatever. But there has to be a surrender and an element of trusting God and just letting go. There just has to be a surrender of the ego completely for you to enter the kingdom of God, okay? That's just how it works. So if you felt yourself kind of teetering on that, just know that there's going to be another opportunity presented to you to go ahead and enlighten, and I would jump on it real quick when that comes next. There are no other means to an end. There is only walking into the kingdom of God, and all of a sudden everything is there for you and you're able to manifest by blinking your eye. I mean, it is the easiest way to manifest that I've ever seen. And it's truly how we're designed, is to be able to manifest that easily, that quickly. So that's what we're coming into. Okay. Spirit talks to you through everything and everyone. Develop your senses. Pay attention to background noise, like cats trying to get in the room. Conversations, colors, and right now it's all about boundaries, right? And I'm setting my boundaries, saying it is not okay. When I want my private time, I close the door. You guys need to go entertain yourselves. I am not here to entertain you 24/7, right? Okay, pay attention to conversations, colors, shapes, smells, sounds, numbers, and ask inanimate objects how they feel. I feel like this is also telling some of you to listen to your body more. Talk to nature and animals and stay in touch with the symphony of life. Okay, so you're coming into a magical time, and I would love to hear back in the comments, or whatever you're about to experience or go through. Feel free to share it with me. If any of you go through an actual enlightenment experience, feel free to reach out to me on Telegram or WhatsApp, and I will help support you through that, because you do feel very alone, and you do feel you want to have it recorded in a way, because it's so different from being human that you'll be, part of you'll be like, oh my gosh, like I need to listen to my voice when I'm in this, who I am. When you're in your true self, you even talk slower, and you're different. You're transformed. You're different. I don't even know how to describe it. But every time I've been in it, I've thought, oh my gosh, I need to get this recorded or something, or I need a friend to listen to me so they can hear how different it is. There's always this element of like, wow, like this is something I've never experienced before. I've never been this way. So if you feel like reaching out to me, you can do that. Okay. Hello, Amy. This is for SS. SS. Hello, Amy. I need to move stagnant energy, so I'm leaving my place in the summer. I want to move to this city. Is this a good idea? Should I live alone or with people? Both my sister and my DM live there. All right. Is this a good idea for her to move to this particular city she's talking about? Yes, it is. Is this a good idea? Should she live alone or with people? Alone. Alone or with your DM. I feel like even if you get a place alone, your DM might move into your place with you within a few months or so. Okay, hang on a second. I want to check the cards as well. Okay, now don't expect that. Even though I said that, don't expect that. Because then what happens is, if you start anticipating something happening in a certain amount of time, it actually pushes it away. It pushes it out. Yeah, and for confirmation, I just saw the Ace of Pentacles with the Tower. So something shocking might happen, or divine intervention kicks in and causes you guys to commit to each other and kind of jump into it. And the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords is, yes, it's communication. It's charging forward. So, and the Judgment card, a wake-up call. Some kind of a major wake-up call happens that kind of throws you into each other's arms. So I would say, yeah, it's you're I feel like you've been sensing it and feeling it, and sometimes that's when life starts just turning up the discomfort volume so that you feel uncomfortable enough to, fly out of the nest and go do that thing that you've been inspired to do. We're programmed to doubt and doubt and doubt. And I don't know, am I really seeing signs? Does that really mean to go toward that thing? I mean, I feel like I need to move, but I'm not quite sure. And I don't know if I should wait for this to happen or that to happen to make that move, and then, an opportunity comes when you just keep getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed until finally it's uncomfortable enough that you're like, okay, I'm out of here. And now also, when you get squeezed out and you know that it's time to go, You got to do it on God's timing, on Spirit's timing, because they will tell you, go and go now. And you may feel like, God, in a couple days, I'm going to finish this, that, and the other thing. Like, why would I leave 2 days early? Why would I leave before this is going to happen, or that, or, maybe at the end of my school year, or maybe when I'm done this and that. Listen, you cannot let your logic or your head get in the way of what Spirit wants you to do. You have to learn to jump on it and immediately, or you'll miss some kind of a window or opportunity, or it won't go as smoothly as you would want. So don't make up excuses as to why you can't go when Spirit calls you. Just go. Drop everything and go. That's one thing I've learned. That's been a very valuable lesson for me in my life. When Spirit says go, and you drop everything and go now. Everything else will just work itself out. You just have to trust that. And that's the way that things work out the very best in your favor, and miracles happen when you trust God and you just go, okay? So it feels like this is going to happen for you. It feels like you've been getting squeezed out. I feel like you also might be making a song about this transition you're about to go through, or make more songs in the place that you're going. Make more art, more songs. It's going to spark some creativity for you. It's going to be a really good thing. And I feel like you and your divine masculine are really going to blossom. So go for it. You have the universe's approval. Okay, J.A. Hi, Amy. I'd like to get advice on how to manifest a true love partner. Although I'm with someone now I thought was my true love, I feel like I'm blocked in love, generally speaking, and I know that I need some internal healing from past fears and hurts. I truly want to be married and start a family, but I'm not sure if I'm getting in my own way or if it is external forces or both. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you. I thought I'd reiterate real quick too that the $33 is per question. That's one question for $33. So a couple of you this time asked a couple of questions, maybe even 2 or 3 or 4 questions. And I get that, trying to sneak that in, but it's $33 per question for a reason. And even my prices are dictated by Spirit, so please don't try to cheat it. Just ask me one question, and if you're general enough, if you're pretty general about it, then you'll get probably a lot more information that I'll just throw out there anyway. So you're going to get as much information as Spirit gives you anyway. So you'll probably get all those questions answered. But then you're not trying to squeeze those extra questions in there that I then have to rephrase and kind of change your question to where to where I'm making it one question, but it's the whole thing. So please just $33 per question. Thank you. Okay. So advice on how to manifest true love. And you feel like you're blocked. So hang on. Ho pom poma hama anake sase shan tataike la anatais shampoo ha amaan. Okay, so first off, you need to look at my playlist all about true love. There are a lot of videos in there to explain so much, you guys. You'll save a lot of time and energy if you'll go take a look at that playlist, all about true love. And then there's a video within the playlist, and it's called The Different Types of True Love. So look that up so you know what to look for when it comes to a true love. Even if you have a true love, it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are going to be together. Some of you stick like glue to the person that you think is your true love. But I always advise that you keep an open mind because you're divine masculine. The feminines are the ones that are kind of leaning into love and they want to be in love and they're ready. The masculines, they have some growing up to do. They have to overcome some hurdles, some usually mental or emotional hurdles in order to be with their feminine. Now, the feminines have already been through all the hurdles. They've already learned a lot of the stuff. They've gotten over most of the hardest lessons. So they've matured faster than the masculines, and they're kind of like, they see themselves as like sitting and twiddling their fingers waiting for their masculines to get their head out of their butts. But in reality, in actuality, what's happening is the mass, it's designed for a reason like that. One of you has to go first. One of you has to be a little bit more evolved than the other at first, because it motivates the other partner to become better and to grow and to break past barriers and to start loving themselves more, putting themselves first, establishing boundaries, stopping the people pleasing, all of that stuff. And if you didn't love somebody tremendously with angst and pain and separation and yearning and all of that stuff, you probably, the masculines probably wouldn't strive so hard, right? But also, having said all of that, and this is not a gender thing, but the masculines, they also, the feminines go through a lot of transformation themselves, even though they think that they're ready for a relationship. A lot of them have abandonment issues and things that still need healing as well. So some of them are in denial, thinking they're ready for a relationship. And the minute the two of them start coming close to being together, then the feminine one runs, because she's like, oh God, now I'm scared that, there's going to be jealousy and all this other stuff that's been in my other relationships that I don't want in this one, and all that, So it's really just a work in progress, the two of you. And by the time the masculines get to where they're ready to reach out to their feminines, sometimes the masculines even surpass the feminines in their maturity level. So don't be shocked if you're a feminine and your masculine shows up and he's a lot different than you would have anticipated, for the better. Okay, so there's a whole song and dance to it, and the soulmates, they're really easy and comfortable. They really don't. There's not much to them in terms of like a fight or resistance or back and forth or all the song and dance that there is with twin flames and soul flames. So that's how you know those guys. But sometimes people feel like they're going to be settling with a soulmate because there isn't the passion that there is with a twin flame or a soul flame. Does everybody have a true love? Not necessarily. But I do feel that you have somebody coming for you. And the way that I said that made me think that it could be somebody from your past, because they're coming for you. You know what I mean? So either they feel you intuitively in the 5D and they feel drawn to wherever you live, or it's somebody who knows where you are and they're trying to get to you, to be in proximity to you, to reach out to you and say, hey, I live here now. I'd like to get to know you better, blah, blah, blah. So, something about the person that you're with, it's like, it does feel kind of, like it's hit a ceiling in a way. So it's not that you guys can't be together, but the fact that you're kind of daydreaming outside of the relationship means that it's lacking. Now, I mean, there is the element of our egos that's not going to be satisfied with the current circumstances and is always striving for more or better or whatever, the challenge. So we do have to overcome that part of the ego to realize that happiness is within us and it's not in external circumstances or people or whatever. But if you really want to align with your true love, the best thing that you can possibly do is work on yourself and continue to heal. One of the best tools I know to do that is Byron Katie's self-inquiry work. If you want to learn how to do that, I would buy one of her books, watch her on YouTube, and learn how to do her work. I also have a video that I've done that you can look up here on YouTube. If you put in my name and the name Byron Katie, Byronkatie, If you look up that video, I give you the way that I do it, that I think is a nice, easy way to do it. I wouldn't do, some of you do the worksheets, and that's a pain in the ass, and that'll take forever. And I could totally see why you guys would get discouraged doing that, because it would take hours. The way that I propose you do it only takes about 30 to 45 minutes. And everybody, all my friends, all my clients who've actually done it the way that I propose have been super, super happy with the results. And they're like so relieved that they have such a powerful tool. You'll never have to go to counseling. You'll never have to go, you can get off your meds. You can get off everything. You won't be depressed. I mean, it's very, very powerful if you do it correctly. And I help you guys for free. I mentor you for free on Telegram or WhatsApp if you guys want to learn how to do her work, because I'm that passionate about it can change the world. I truly believe it can change the world. So you guys need to, if you're not doing that yet, and you've heard me say that a million times, please do it. You will thank me. Trust me, you'll thank me. Okay, so in terms of answering your question on, how you can manifest your true love partner, work on yourself. Because you guys are attached energetically in the 5D as well. Meaning that, whatever you work on within yourself, whatever epiphanies and realizations and actions that you take for the betterment of your life, your person is going to be more apt to do those things as well. That's just how it works. If you take a leap of faith that's really difficult to do, they're going to do the same thing. If you're thinking that they're stuck in a karmic relationship and they, deserve better, then you get yourself out of a toxic situation that's not good for you, that you've been sticking around in too. And it may not be the exact same thing. You may not be in a karmic relationship, or maybe you are, but you may be at a job that you hate, or hanging around people who are negative, or in a situation where you feel threatened, or anything like that. It's like, get yourself out of that. That's how you're gonna get with your true love, and to empower yourself to know that you are the one that's your savior. Nobody else is, So I'm just going to get a couple of spirit cards on that as well for anybody who's looking to align with their true love. Self-love is the quickest way to true love. So however you can love yourself more is best. And also one easy, quick kind of a shortcut to doing that is to place your hand on your heart and say, I love you 100 times without counting. If you do that every day, all the time, or anytime you're upset, you will see yourself shift faster than you can believe. Aww. I dare you to ask us to show you how much you're loved. Wow. I got that card. I've gotten that card for the last week almost every single day. And I've been wowed by it. You are in this to inspire and be the example. Yeah, you are. Take your time making this decision. You'll know when it's time to take action. Don't worry, you won't miss the window. God loves you no matter the decision you make. Just follow your heart one step at a time. That's beautiful. We're doing all that we can to help comfort and encourage you. We love you so much. Wow. When Spirit talks, it's time to take action. Train yourself to pay attention to those nudges and act quickly. Well, there you go. There's confirmation of what I was saying earlier. You got to act on those things immediately. Okay, DI. Wonderful Amy. I would just like to do a check-in on my DM. That's a divine masculine. There's been no contact, and I've been growing by leaps and bounds this past few weeks, but I would be so sad to leave him behind. So do not consider your partner if you're thinking of learning and growing, and don't worry about leaving that person behind. You guys can be so funny about this. You guys just like attached to this person. But it's not about that person. You will align with the best possible person for you, the perfect person for you, if you just honor yourself and love yourself enough to keep being authentic. Period. Keep growing and breaking free of whatever binds you, and you will end up with somebody way better, way, way better for you than that other person that you were so stuck to. And we get so attached to what's known to us, what's comfortable for us, or what we, and we think, oh, I don't want that thing that's unknown because that thing won't be good for me. And it's like, gosh, you guys need to trust that God knows the desires of your heart and what is going to make your heart flutter and what is going to thrill you to no end. Somebody who would be faithful to you, somebody who would really treat you well and put you as a priority in their life. All those things that you want, that you would just feel like the luckiest person on the planet to wake up with them every morning. That's the person that's coming to you if you keep honoring yourself, loving yourself, and quit being stuck on somebody who's holding you back. So do change. And if that person is meant to be for you, and that person truly is the person for you, they will evolve with you. And I just got the Fool with that. The Fool is all about like taking a chance on a new beginning and like striving forward, no matter the consequences. And then I just got the 10 of Pentacles too. So your dreams are going to come true. You're going to have your legacy. You're going to have all that you've been wanting to build. You got to quit clinging to somebody and some story about how that person is your true love in order to just go forward for you only, and only pay attention to you. And that's what's going to bring the right person for you, whether it's that person or somebody else, okay? So let's just do a check-in and see what's going on with this guy. Ooh, he's worried. He's thinking about making some kind of a major decision right now. He feels like he's betrayed you, and it's not sitting well with him. He's afraid if he doesn't talk to you soon, he's going to miss out on you. He feels like you're this abundant person that's kind of left him in the lurch, left him to live life alone. It's like you've cast him away or cast him outside the gates, and you're like the queen of the kingdom saying that he cannot be let in. He has betrayed me. I don't want him in my life. That's how he's thinking. He's thinking you view the situation that way. Or he's afraid that you will, or he's afraid that you're going to do the same thing to him and kick him out. So he has a lot of fear right now. He really wants to talk to you and he misses you a lot, but he's like looking at you like, dang, she's just like on top of the world. And I have to meet her where she's at. So he's deciding that right now. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, and he's got the King of Pentacles. So he knows you guys are a perfect match for each other. But he also knows he's got to like step up his communication and get past his fears and insecurities to reach out to you. But in the future, it does look like that's the energies that he's going to give back to you. Even though he puts you up on a pedestal and thinks you're better than him, or like could find somebody better, that's usually what the masculines fear. He can't stop thinking about you and rekindling your friendship, like from childhood, like a childlike connection, or just from childhood. He wants to get back and be vulnerable and authentic with you, and send some kind of a text message that kind of gets the ball rolling again toward rapport and connection and, feeling close to you again. The bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands and the Five of Cups. So he definitely regrets how things have gone. He regrets listening to his penis. He does. He feels like, the Ace of Wands can sometimes be a boner. So, he regrets listening to his other head, and he's thinking he's kind of an idiot because you guys had this incredible connection, and he maybe got naked with someone else, or because I looked at the Lover's card, they're naked, so he thought with another part of him, and he knows that if he goes down that road, it's like, or he did go down that road and wants to like jump off that road, wants to make that decision. He's already jumped off the road. He's actually already jumped off the road. That's already done. It's already like, let the dead dog lay. Let the dead dog lay. But he wants a new start. He definitely wants a new start with you, and he really feels like you can be happy and fulfilled together, but he's just got to come out of hiding, and he's got to be willing to give you some kind of a sweet message that will heal things and help you guys to feel like you can be authentic with each other again. I feel like he's also got some secrets that he's not too proud of, like some things he'll have to confess to you or admit to you that are going to be difficult. But yeah, he does. He wants to heal things with you more than he is concerned about what you'll think. So he's gonna take that bet to reach out in love. He is gonna take that bet. He's gonna feel really scared and immature and like a little kid, but he's gonna do it because he knows that, for one, it's the right thing to do, and for two, he knows what you guys have, and he knows what you guys are capable of, and he definitely does not want to miss out on this incredible opportunity that he has with you. So I think he's going to reach out. I think it's going to be small. But you know, if you just nurture it along real slowly and really gently, and don't jump on him about what's going on. You just, you know, get back to building the rapport, have a sense of humor. Humor helps everything. And just very, very slowly introduce some of these things that you guys need to talk about, or should she let him come up with it? Yeah. You let him bring those things up as he feels comfortable. You just have to fill it out using your intuition and just being delicate. That's all. But it does feel like you guys are going to get back to talking and kind of getting more in the swing of things again. Feels like March is going to be a big month for you guys. A breath of fresh air is what I'm feeling. There's going to be a breath of fresh air in March that'll lift a lot of the heaviness and the burden off of you guys and help you to feel more like, okay, well, if we felt like texting or calling each other right now, we totally could, and it would feel comfortable to do that. So that's perfect. Okay. MM. Hi, Amy. Just found out my sister gave my 7-year-old niece the suicide serum last week. Possibly her twin boys, too. Aw. Do you see any bad side effects from them in the future? Or maybe it's harmless, hopefully? Thank you. Oh, boy. All right, the 7-year-old niece. Please tell me about the stuff that they injected into her. Is it harmful? Yes. Shoot. Would she allow me to do a blissing over her and to help get some of the toxins out? Yes, she's allowing it. Thank God. Okay. Hapama hamana taken saseshe na I ho ama akeens. I feel like it's something that clots. It's something that it like clots blood or something, and it slows things down. So it probably wouldn't affect her for a while. This would be really, really, really bad in an older person, but being that she's so young, it could just cause... I don't even want to put it in your head. I don't want to put it in your head, because hopefully we'll get her in a med bed and fixed before anything would have to happen to her. So I feel like her age is definitely working to her advantage. But yeah, it's breaking down cells. I just feel like something's breaking down cells. So I'm just gonna help fight against that energy. Shen shan sen sa se he e la hana a pompa ma aken. Ha la sa sen sa he eken. Shu shu po ho po ma an. Te san se la ken. And for those of you hearing me for the first time, this is called light language. It's a language of the soul. We can all do it. It's just a matter of tapping into it. And it helps amplify energy. So whatever your intention is, it does it even stronger, more amplified. Tantai san seshihike na pomaan. Okay, so I think we got a lot of toxins out of her. I think we got a lot of a majority, like 78% of it. We got actually a lot out. So that's awesome. All right, so let's look at the twin boys. Was that toxic for the boys? Yes. Both of them? Same one? Yes, yes. Okay. I'm at Natainke. Will they let me work on them? Do a blessing? Okay. Tantai san che pum pum natai. Hi, Kayla. They're being encouraged to listen to their intuition more because apparently they knew that they shouldn't get the shot and they still did it. So Spirit's going to be teaching them, listen to your intuition and don't do anything you feel uncomfortable doing, that you feel pressured to do. Hapa ma'ana taiken sasahila. Henhet ma'ana tai. Shansha insan tate ike in ai anapam. Pama agains. Shan sesa hela. Hela kepimpema an. I feel nausea with the boys. So it just feels like toxins. Just toxic. Like just gross energy. Like overloads your kidneys and your organs trying to flush everything out, the liver, and it just feels like it stresses the body out. They might even be sick. Feels like they could be sick from it. Hapa ama anatakin inke na aela hehen so I'm working on all children whose higher selves are wanting help right now and they can't get it somehow. I'm putting energy toward helping all children to eliminate these toxins. Shan shehe ipen pama ona take hela sansena ai ho pompo elaki intate he ela hai babemenakin shishin saseke hala ona. Okay, all right, that's looking better. Okay, CP. May 2020, I was moving to Southern California from Northern California, and my true love said once I got settled that we could see about getting together. He lives in Florida. We've texted periodically, but never a discussion about meeting up in person. I've been thinking about screenshotting that text from May and suggesting that I'm settled now and suggesting a meeting. Is this a good idea? This March will be 5 years since he left and moved to Florida. I can't believe it's been that long. My love is unwavering. All right. Is it a good idea for her to send that screenshot? Yeah. You could even, hang on a minute. Papa ay ma'an. Okay, it feels like you should send the screenshot and send one of those little thinky faces along with a wink. Don't say anything with it. Don't put any words with it. Just put the little thinky face and a wink and see what he does with it. So I'm going to look at his cards. I'm going to do a spread for you. We're going to do a check-in, a true love check-in to see where he's at. And I've got the energy of what you've talked about here in there. So, all right, what do you have to say about what he feels about her right now? What he thinks and feels about her right now? He's going through a big transformation, and he feels terrible about the way that things have gone and that it's taken so long. Playful is key with him. I just looked at the words snow to stop. I don't know what that means. It's on my computer. Snow to stop. Or a little snowflake. So that might mean something to someone who's listening. All right, very interesting. Yeah, I wondered if it might be another person. It could be a karmic. Okay. He definitely misses you. He knows he's ignoring an incredible opportunity. He's working hard to have a victory with you and to express just how strongly he feels and to make peace with you about what's happened in the past and his lack of action. He's trying not to worry, but he's feeling kind of insecure. He's feeling a lot of passion, feeling really drawn to you, but he's really afraid that that you're going to go with somebody else, like that you're going to get fed up with waiting. So, yeah, you've got the devil here, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Cups. So he could be going away from an extreme insecurity that he's not good enough, and some other guy would be better for you. If that seems to fit, then that might be it, that he's just like holding back because he's just so scared he's not worthy. Or it could be that he has something going on with somebody that's like an addiction, or maybe it could be just an addiction, or it could be a person that he feels addicted or codependent to, or it could be drinking or some kind of bad habit. There's somebody or something toxic in his environment that he's been, I feel like does he get jealous maybe? Feels like he could be afraid of his own anger or jealousy. But he's basically just hiding himself. So it's probably not likely that he's going to come and see you anytime soon until he heals whatever this is. But it does look like he's working on it. In his overall energy, he's got the Three of Wands with the Chariot. So he is manifesting, trying to balance himself out so that he can go forward doing whatever the heck he wants to do. So he might be under somebody's control. Could be a controlling mother or a family or, somebody. It could even be work. Something's got him dangling by strings like a puppet, is what it feels like. Somebody's playing him like a puppet. But he's wanting to break through and do what he wants to do, which is to be with you and to heal things with you. So he's strategizing some good, honest communication and putting boundaries on this person who lies to him. I feel like he gets manipulated and lied to by the person. And he's going to make a judgment call to go toward his happiness and his joy, because he knows that's you guys. You bring a lot of joy to his life and healing to his heart. And he knows he has to make a lot of things happen in order, in order to get past this situation. So this is why he's not saying that he'll come see you. He knows darn well that he sent that text. But he's just not ready right now because he's got too much going on dealing with this other situation. You could fish around and try to find out what the situation is. Or maybe he'll tell you if you send that text message, the screenshot with those little emojis. I mean, you might get some kind of I wish if only I could get away from work, or yeah, I would love to come see you, but I have a situation right now I haven't been happy to tell you about, but I would if you want me to. Like, you might try to get him to be honest with you about whatever this is that's going on. What is this that's going on? Bruised the ego about true love. So maybe he did go another direction. He might be dealing with some kind of a court issue, an injustice. Yeah, he knows that he's done you wrong. I think he's just taken a bruise to his ego that he went the wrong route. Because you're everything he's ever wanted, and he's thought about marrying you, and he knows that you're the person for him. So maybe you were proven right. Maybe he feels stupid, So he's got to get over that. He's got to get over those feelings. In illusion. He was tricked. He was tricked and controlled by the other person. Now he's trying to get in his power because he knows that you're where he wants to be, and I think he still wants to marry you and like get back on track in his life. He says he took the wrong route, and it's kind of like if you're on the road with someone, and you tell them, don't you think we should check the map? I think it'd be a good idea. And they're like, no, I know this place like the back of my hand, blah, blah, blah. And they end up going down some road and everything goes wrong. They get a flat tire and they end up having to call AAA and that kind of thing. That's what it feels like he's in, is that kind of a feeling of having made a really stupid mistake and him knowing it darn well and not wanting to fess up to it necessarily, but knowing that he needs to do that eventually. But it doesn't look like he's quite ready yet. So unfortunately, this may take a bit more time, but fortunately too, because you don't want them coming, premature. You don't want them coming to you not ready, because then they're going to not act right. So, okay. AW. Hi, Amy. I've been with my husband for 28 years and married for 24. I haven't been happy in my marriage for some time now and want to know why I find it so hard to let go and walk away knowing I don't want to be with him anymore. I've tried to leave a few times, but something keeps me here. I don't want to keep living my life like this. Can you give me some guidance with love and many blessings? It's a comfort thing. It's a familiarity thing. You're afraid of the unknown. It would be good for you to come up with a plan and maybe start a whole new life somewhere else. Like rent a place, get new furniture, decorate it, get some money saved up, almost like live a double life, or like establish friends in the new town you're going. Get all your ducks in a row in the new place that you're thinking of, and it's going to make it a lot easier to make that transition, because you'll feel comfortable going into the new place. You'll feel excited about the new beginning and the fresh start. You'll have money. It'll feel like an easier transition than just jumping out of it. So whenever I've had to go to like a new town, I'll usually network with people and get to know some people that have similar hobbies and interests and things. So you have a friend or friends to kind of help you feel familiar with the area, or just to be there for you and support you. So I just start building a life and start fantasizing and imagining what it'll be like to live a new life and wake up different, and just think of your new routine in your new life and what that could be like. Use your imagination to start manifesting and pulling you in that direction. Also, there's guilt there in leaving him, because there's history and all that kind of stuff. But if you need to look at that from a different perspective, think of how good it will be for him to be free from you and free to make his own decisions and start doing some of his hobbies and interests that he's always wanted to do apart from you. Help him to feel empowered to do his own thing. And, they're always going to complain. They're always going to complain. But, help him to see you may not succeed in actually convincing him of this, but, if you can go do my exercise, thank you God for my misery, about all the different aspects that you feel are bad. And you could look that up here on YouTube. Just put in my name and put the word misery in, and it'll come up. Do that exercise as I explained in the video, and figure out the benefits and advantages as to why it's a good thing. Do not do it in your head. It's very important you write it down and actually take the time to brainstorm. That's when you have the best epiphanies and realizations. It feels like he's ready for it. It feels like he's almost like resigned to it. Like he's already thought of the idea. He already knows it's coming, and he's kind of numb a little bit. But I feel like when you leave, he's going to have some awesome, perspective shifts and things that happen for him that start to free up some energy for him to do some new things that maybe he didn't even know that, so I just feel like some things are going to emerge from this on his end that he didn't even expect would happen. I think it's going to be a really good thing for both of you. So always honor your own heart, your own path, and do what's right for you, and the pieces will fall together for everybody else involved. As long as it truly is what's pulling your heart, and you're getting signs and synchronicities, and you feel really good about it, and you feel like it would be a great move to make. If you're doing something that inspires you, then or you feel moved to do by spirit, then spirit will support you in every way, shape, and form. So it's like when you are truly led by spirit, and you stay in the present moment, and you just do and act as God tells you, the whole universe conspires to help you in any way that it possibly can. So just keep that in mind and take that leap of faith and get yourself ready doing some visualization and meditation. All right, and good luck. AM. Hi, Amy and the collective. I've been dating this guy since the beginning of December. The beginning of January, out of nowhere, he said some hurtful words and immediately blocked me, not even giving me a chance to find out what the issue was. He reached out 2 weeks later apologizing for his words and said I didn't deserve that. He said he's under a lot of pressure and was extremely sorry. As we were talking about that, in his messages he expressed he's terrified of love, but that he is in love with me and it scares him. He said he's only told one other girl in the last 6 years. I've been feeling the intensity of this as well. We do live very different lives, as he's a country boy and he calls me his city girl. Also, we live 2.5 hours away from each other. I am wondering how you foresee this connection for me and what you can tell me about it. Okay, it's beneficial is the first thing they said. It's beneficial. It's typical of true love. Anybody who's taken a look at, how true love goes. This is always that you always feel unworthy of the person that you're with. And it's always super, super intense. And so, and just know that the feminines always lean into love and they're like, what's wrong with you? I want this love now. And the other person's like, holy crap, but what if I lose you? I love you so much. It would just kill me if I lost you. If I did something stupid, and, then there it goes. I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So this is very, very typical, all of this. And they sabotage themselves as a result sometimes. So as long as you know that, you can stay out of any kind of blame game or, trying to get in your head about it. You're like, okay, well, this is true love. So this is what happens. It'll help you kind of go with the flow easier. Okay, so yeah, you guys could very much heal each other. I feel in years to come, like I'm trying to put you guys forward into a life together, and I feel like it's very harmonious, very supportive, kind, loving. I feel like he works hard a lot to try to prove to you that he is worthy of you. But I guess there are worse things that could happen in a relationship, So hopefully he would work on his self-esteem and feeling worthy of you without having to prove anything, just being himself. But I feel like that would slowly heal in time. He puts a lot of pressure on himself about money and work and materialism and stuff. He's got to let that go. He's got to. One shift that men are going to make, or that masculines, not a gender thing, but masculines are going to have to make coming up, are just relying on their heart more, because making a heart connection and staying present are going to be the most important thing going forward. The materialism, that stuff comes and goes, but if you can find the peace in your heart, if you can find you can manifest anything. You're just a master manifester if you can keep that peace in your heart and stay present. You can manifest anything you want to, any house you want to, a garden of your dreams, everything. So who needs money when you can manifest whatever you want in the moment? You have the best, most beneficial, healthy relationships, the best sex, the best everything you could possibly imagine, all comes from being present in the moment. So that's one thing that these guys have to get deprogrammed about going forward. But I definitely feel like you guys have a really good, healthy chance. I think you guys could be really good for each other, and I just feel like you guys need to offer up a lot of grace to each other at this time and just stay really, really honest and open with each other. And I think you can make it through this. Okay, VB. Hi, Amy. I lost almost half my already thin hair when I started using 2 hair supplements, argan stem cell and rosemary oil. I don't know if there's another health issue, but I abruptly stopped using them. I have little hair left that I will be bald if it keeps falling out. I would like to request a healing and restoration of my hair to grow back. I can't imagine myself bald. Thank you very much. Yeah, I am so sorry that's happening. That's really, that's a really tough thing for you to be going through. Oh, well, is it really? I just got that it's some type of a directed energy. There's been something that, yeah. Well, okay, as we know, in our world, there's 5G and all kinds of things that the bad guys have been doing to us for quite a while, but this feels more targeted. This feels like it's aimed at you and your kidney or liver or something. Whatever would encourage the growth of your hair, something having to do with that being targeted. Black magic being targeted. I don't know what good you're doing in the world, but whatever that is, don't stop doing it no matter what they direct at you. Get some EMF protection around your home. Anything that you can do energetically to protect you and your home right now, I think are a really, really good idea. Because it feels like you're being targeted. Or have been being targeted, and it feels like it's been a good year or so that's been going on. So let me do a blessing to stop this flow of energy being directed at you. Hala san se shikina anate hopo mama maana tan taike san se shike epom hapa oma ana I. It feels like it was a woman, but the way that you'll know, the way that spirit tends to show you who was doing black magic on you is their life starts to fall apart. If a healer like me gets a hold of the energy and unravels it, it has its way of bouncing back on the person who was sending it to you. So they may start losing their hair. They may their lives may start falling apart. They may have had a lot of money before, and then all of a sudden they start losing it. Something you're going to see their life fall apart in a big way. And so that's how you'll know. Is you might suspect like 3 or 4 people or something like that, and then somebody's gonna say, "Hey, did you hear about so and so? I mean, oh my gosh, la 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 la," and you're gonna go, "Oh my gosh, that was one of my 4 people I suspected." So that's gonna be your confirmation that that's who was doing it to you. They were angry, jealous, resentful. This is coming to an end, you guys. In our world, we're not gonna have any tolerance for that kind of baloney anymore. We're ascending and we're coming out of that energy, and anyone who's still stuck in that kind of low vibrational energy are going to be left behind, and they're going to be suffering tremendously as a result. But don't feel bad for them, because they chose to deal with things in a very unhealthy way instead of healing. So you just let them deal with their own consequences, and just protect yourself, protect your home. There is a thing that you put over your mattress or put over your work chair and things like that. I think the company's called antiagingbed.com. You could try and look them up. But I think it's really, really helpful, and it also protects you and heals your body. Yeah, and I just saw you laying down on it and your hair growing back. Also, I'm feeling like energy to your head would be good. Some kind of tingly something or other. I don't know what you could find, but something has tingly energy. Maybe it's a TENS machine, or like one of those machines people use that they where you actually like would place it on your head and it would stimulate. I also saw the word peppermint. So something electric, something that would put electrical pulses through your hair or on your head would help stimulate the growth, and peppermint oil apparently. It will be growing back. It'll definitely be growing back. And it feels like the time of the med beds that are coming are also going to be a time that our world is shifting over to, we're going to be raising in the dimensions, and we're going to have those scammers and, hurt people and those unhealed people who won't go into the med beds and won't have anything to do with all that. It's going to be to their demise. They're going to start really kind of slipping in the quicksand deeper and deeper into their own hole of misery. So as things start rising in our world and things start turning around like we're expecting any moment, just know that just as quickly the dark side and people who are choosing to do negative things are going to be slipping deeper and deeper into their holes. There's going to be more of a chasm in between. So yeah, as things are brought into balance, we're going to see evidence of some of this that I'm talking about, but they're not in a way that harms us. Do you know what I mean? Like, they'll be in quicksand and they'll be sinking, and they'll be so concentrating on trying to find a stick or a rope or something to pull themselves out, which they will not find, that they cannot even think about you. So it's for your protection. But it just feels like I just see people all over the world being in their own sinking holes that are taking them down. So it's probably going to be a health thing, I would imagine. It's going to be all that they've wished on other people are going to happen and backfire and come right back on them times 10, and they're going to be sinking down into these quicksand holes, and they'll probably have taken the V, and so they're not going to be doing so well, and we're going to see people dropping off like flies. But a lot of them are going to be these negative people, or people who've chosen to leave and go help on the other side. So, but it's all meant to be. Just remember that, you guys. Like, everybody signed up to do exactly what they're doing right now. So have a certain honor and respect for that process. Yeah, you're gonna have beautiful shiny hair. It's really beautiful shiny hair coming in the future, even in like as little as 8 months to a year. So those med beds might be coming out fairly soon. So that's exciting. Okay, hope that helps. JB. Hi, Amy. My question is about my country, Philippines. What can Spirit say about its future? I'm hoping for better leaders and easing of the tyrannical rules. Currently, it is so strict. Do you see it getting better soon? Do you think we can go home this year? Thank you so much, Amy, and God bless you. Oh, I just looked down at the time. It was 1:11:11. All right. Yeah, it's getting better. How soon will it get better? Is it going to be 2022? Yes. It might be November, though. It might be the end of the year to where things really start dropping. Feels like everybody's got their guard up over there. And I feel like the good people are trying to rise up and push the bad people out, but there's a lot of the bad people trying to push back on that, like not let that happen. So there's a bit of a struggle going on, but I feel like other countries are going to rise up and drop all the tyranny. And as that's happening, they feel the pressure to do that as well. And it's again, with like in the last reading, it's that whole thing of all the good stuff happening so much that all of a sudden these guys start sinking down in their own holes they've created for themselves. So they're going to get sucked into the quicksand. And very quickly, it feels like they're just going to be like there one day, boom, gone the next. So I don't know what causes that, but it just feels like nature, having a fruit that goes totally rotten on the vine and then finally drops. It kind of like the wind, it's like a stubborn rotten fruit that just takes the wind knocking it, and a cat batting at it, and a bird flying on the the branch to make it move, and it's like it won't budge, and then finally, boom, it's gone, and it's like totally dead by the time it even hits the ground. So they're gonna be, it's gonna be hard to get them removed, but they are gonna be gone, and I feel like everyone's gonna be celebrating when the new guys come in. I feel like it's going to be very, very welcomed, and everybody will be relieved. And I feel like a lot of the population will know the truth even before the bad guys are removed. So you guys are going to go through a major, massive wake up of truth in your country, and then the bad guys go. And it could be because the people push back. I feel like there's going to be parades. There's going to be some kind of like, there's going to be some masses of people rising up that make them finally just, okay, we give up, we surrender. But it's going to take a lot to get them to go, unfortunately. But by next year, like 2023, you guys should be good. Or by, Christmas, by December, you guys should be good. So hope that helps. Okay, JL. Hi, Amy. So grateful for you. I've been working on manifesting the good stuff for my best life, including big new love, my best living space or place, humanitarian project. Can you ask my guides how I'm doing, if there's anything I can do to assist better? Thank you so much. Sending you and your cats so much love. Thank you. They just showed me a mountaintop. Feels like you need to go. It almost feels like you need to go to the top of a mountain and yell and get some old energy out. It's like you're going to be purging some deep stuff, deep pain from the past. And they want you to just like have a good cry and get it all out, because you're doing a cleanup job, getting ready for some things to come. You're going to be stepping into a role as a leader. And so you're going to have to be not questioning why me? Why am I being called to this? How do I deserve this? You need to take your ego completely out of it and just know that you're doing God's will, and just be willing and just go do it. So be ready to do that. I'm looking at some spirit cards. We're all just a work in progress. Cut yourself some slack and begin again. Self-love is the nucleus of all that is good. So I feel like they're saying, like, as you go along, don't get caught up in having made any kind of mistakes, because there are no mistakes ultimately. Just get back up on the horse and start riding again and loving yourself again, and just every time that you feel like a failure or question yourself, just put your hand on your heart and say, I love you. I got you. You're good. Okay, love is the only answer, and love is grace. So be gracious with yourself. Because when you're gracious with yourself and you love yourself, you'll love other people better. And you're not going to be so hard on other people either. When Spirit talks, it's time to take action. Train yourself to pay attention to those nudges and act quickly. Now, I have a lot of cards in this deck, so it's kind of cool that came out again. It's a theme today. Pray as if you've already received what you're asking for and it's yours. So use the power of your manifestation abilities and say some affirmations. Thank you, God, that I'm so completely loved and supported in all ways and always. Thank you, God, that I feel like I've won the lottery in every area of my life. I'm so grateful for the life that I have and all the solutions that come so easily to me. Go with the new and inspired rather than the comfortable and worn out. So there might be a time when God just really kind of pushes you out through discomfort, pushes you out of the nest to fly. And you need to go when you feel prompted to do so. You have nothing to fear but the thoughts you're entertaining. Make a wish and we'll conspire to make it come true. Wow. If you don't like a particular situation, be the observer of you in the experience rather than being identified by it. So you're learning to rise above the ego, because as a leader, I feel like you're going to be leading from the 5D. So you have to learn to keep being the observer of your life and your experiences in order to rise above it and to be the best manifestor that you can. You're handling yourself better than you think. Keep it up. Always align with your highest truth and speak from that place for the best outcome for everyone. Live your truth. Ask more questions instead of judging or assuming. And we're protecting you from black magic or negative energy sent your way. Just wanted you to be aware, sage or clear your home or energy. Now, since that just came up for a second time, I'm going to do a general blessing for everybody to clear all of you from any kind of directed energy at somebody negative who's aiming that at you, okay? So everybody just take a deep breath and relax. Drop your shoulders. Ha mama na tain sase. He la ke in chain sase. Hopo mama na te la. Hana shenki impan tatais. San se he la opo mama ake. Ha na shin se san se ela umaan. Taila and san se shiki pampa amaan. Hala san se shi he ana poma ana ke. Tain sa se shi la po hoba ban. Tai shenke san se pupumuma oma an. Tai ke he san shiki into pumuma an sa sen. Hala na hai shin sa se la. Eke hem puma an. Tata e san se shi eke ena. Okay, AM. Today is my daughter's birthday. Yay, happy birthday. Her dad and I have not been getting along, and he recently got served, which was honestly caused more drama over custody, and I feel bad because she's been part of the crossfire. I try to shield her from what I can, but it's really messy. I'm wondering if you can send her a light language blessing to have a wonderful, blissful birthday, offer her protection over the current situation and anything really, and just hope for the best possible outcome for her. I love her lots and just want the best for her. Hama naten sa se she la hapoma makitan, ha she he en sa se lake. Haha an chenke pum hama an. They're giving you guys a change of heart and helping you guys drop your egos and just cooperate with one another and do what's best. I feel like on his part he drops his defenses quite a bit. Shanate he san se he la pom hama nake. And I feel energy being directed at like harmony, working together, coming up with a solution that's good for both of you, for all three of you. That, keeping in mind, we can come up with a solution here. We don't have to be stuck in the problem. We can come up with something that's mutually agreeable. I see her jumping up and down, excited, full of joy at some kind of wonderful news. And she just said, Mommy. So I think she's going to get to stay with you for the most part. And I feel like this again is going to be good for him because I feel like he's going to even be able to recreate himself. And he's going to, I feel like it could even be something like what I had growing up, where I was with my dad most of the time and I would spend about 2 or 3 months with my mom in the summertime. That really worked out really well for me. I absolutely loved so much of that because you really felt stable in one area of your life. I could talk to my mom all the time. Nowadays we even have Zoom. But in the summertime, it was just like something I look forward to every year, like you couldn't believe. So I feel like you guys could do something like that. Even. You guys will work something out because I feel like her dad making it super special and incredible and awesome when she comes to visit. So it's going to work out. It's all going to work. You're just in the messy part right now, but it's going to work out. And my blessing or blissing is going to be helping make that happen and smooth that over. They're also encouraging you to touch your heart and say, I love you. You could also talk to him in the 5D and tell him how you're feeling and talk to him from the heart. Help him to drop his defenses. You and your daughter could together say, let's send Daddy a message right now. We love you. We just all want to be happy. Let's not argue. Let's just love each other and be there for each other unconditionally, you know? That would be a sweet thing for you guys to do together that could help the situation. So good luck. And if your little one is listening right now, I send you a big, big, giant hug. Your unicorn is saying hello. Your fairy is buzzing around your unicorn's head like a halo. And I see a hummingbird as well. I feel like there's going to be a hummingbird coming into your life that you're really going to enjoy a lot. A very playful, fast, funny little hummingbird with quite the personality. All right, happy birthday, little one. And I will talk to you guys another time. Good luck and keep me apprised if you would. Okay, AR. Hi, Amy. My two cats are often fighting. My large male, Leo, likes to wrestle and play very rough, but my small female, Mia, doesn't like that at all. She will growl, hiss, and try to hide. Lately, she's become so distressed that she will pee and a little loses little bits of fur. He will often end up with scratches on his face. I got them together as kittens, and I've had them for a few years, and both are spayed and neutered. This was an issue from the start. They will still cuddle and sleep together, and they're fine most of the time. It's just when he wants to play that's the issue. I have considered getting another kitten to give him someone to play with, but we've recently downsized. I don't know if that's the best idea. Would getting another cat help, or what else can I do to help the situation? I feel like distractions. I feel like he needs more to do. Maybe get a cat enclosure if you can. Let them be able to go outside because they really love being outside. And I feel like he would go out there and play. And if you could give him something to climb up on, like a rope to climb, or something to get in, or some kind of mischief even to make. Games to play out there. Like if he could get into other things, I feel like he could, you could distract him by doing that, or you could even have it to where when he gets that way, you kind of shut him in the room where he can go out in the cat enclosure. So be able to separate them for a little bit. Have a kitty litter box outside and one inside, and one that, like I used to have a guest room where the window had the cat door in it that would go out to the cat enclosure. So if I wanted to, I could stick all the cats back in that bedroom, and they would just, they'd be able to be inside the guest room, and they could go out in the cat enclosure all they wanted, but they weren't in the rest of the house. So that was if something was going on, like we were mopping or whatever. But you could do that, and then you could have a kitty litter inside the house for her when you want to separate them out. Okay, so you could even say, you could give it a name. You could say, time out, time out, so that if there isn't that opportunity to separate them, he would start to understand time out means leave her alone and go do something else and play with something else, that kind of a thing. You may want to watch some Jackson Galaxy on YouTube also. He has some really cool out-of-the-box ways of looking at cats, and I bet you could find some kind of creative thing on his channel as well. Hama natin sa ikin hepet ima umaan tatahiins. He likes big balls, like something like a hamster ball. He would like something like that to kind of pounce on and play with. He likes to jump on something. He would also like a type of toy that he could play with and do leg kicks on. So something that's like almost the size that he is, maybe 3/4 of the size that he is. Something that he can kind of grab onto, hold onto, and kind of flick with his back legs. I feel like he would like that type of activity. He also likes jumping up after something. So if you could even have some way of playing with him where you drop something down in the cage, in the cat enclosure, and then you raise it up really fast, he would really love that. But I feel like he gets kind of bored, and I feel like he wishes that she'd be more playful, but he doesn't realize his strength. So yeah, I think distraction in separating them would be really good. Would be a relief for her. She's like, oh, thank you so much. I feel like she also needs a better space to hide from him, like something to hide under or hide up in. So maybe they need more cat trees, or maybe some more shelves that are really high up or really low down, like a box down underneath the couch. Or she needs an area that she feels like would always be a safe place for her where he can't go. Or just a place that she can go and kind of hide out and he doesn't even notice where she is, or something like that. Like give her a little hide a place that she can go. I think that would help her to feel safer as well. Okay, so hope those things help, and keep me apprised. All right, CD. Hi, a light language blessing from my DM to me. Oh, okay. So it's like you started to walk away and he ran up behind you, turned you around, grabbed your face, and kissed you. And I'm seeing you belly dancing. I think he fantasized about you being a belly dancer or belly dancing for him. And I see you. Oh, this could be it's a past life thing too. I think you used to be a belly dancer, and you wore it might be from it might be Tibetan or Mongolian or some place that has a very, very extravagant outfit for doing this, and like a big headpiece that's like a queen or crown. It's craziness. I would have to do research to find out what culture it is, but I think guys were in some other culture like that where you were some kind of a belly dancer. I think he was a dancer too. See, he's a dancer and he doesn't even know it. Yeah, that's cool. If you guys were to get into dancing together, I think that would go really well for you. It'd be a really bonding thing for you guys. Music too. Music and creativity. I feel like when you guys come together, it's going to be like you guys are going to just be in creation mode. You're going to birth a lot of really cool, interesting things into the world. And I feel like you're always going to come up with some new and interesting ideas to do together. I see him kind of getting a grip on his work and pushing it to the background of his life. He's put too much of an emphasis on his work, and he needs to turn his attention on you, and he knows that. He's a little scared still to come out from hiding, but I feel like he knows that it's necessary. You're not going to wait in limbo forever for him. And it's like he almost wants to flip a coin as to, should I call her now or do I call her tomorrow? Okay, heads, I'm staying put. Okay, the next day he gets tails and he's like, oh, so he's scared. He's still scared a bit, but what is he so scared of? What is he scared of so much? I feel like just that same thing that they all feel, like if I fail her in some way or if I hurt her in some way, I'm going to be devastated. I'm not going to know what to do. And so if I don't do anything, then that doesn't happen. But neither does the good stuff. So, and she might be able to handle stress better than, a karmic would anyway. So, they don't realize that their feminines are more mature and they can handle things better anyway. So they just have to take one last final leap of faith with the right person and see that it works out so much better. They're going to have somebody who actually cooperates with them and works with them instead of, tit for tat and I'm going to get you back and all that kind of immature stuff. He's also, I feel like he's been healing something with his sister or some kind of strong feminine person in his life. a significant feminine person in his life, I feel like he's making a concerted effort to heal that so that you guys could get along and things can go more smoothly when he does start dating you. So I feel like that's a really good thing he's been doing in the background to get ready for you guys. And I'm going to pick a tarot card here. The Knight of Wands. So he's going to get up the courage to come to you. Yeah, with the Strength card. Oh, it's just so funny how scary love is, right? Yeah, so he's trying to get up the courage to have that new beginning with you and to reach out to you. So just let him do it. Give him lots of space and then just do you. And you can expect to hear from him maybe even within the next couple of weeks, possibly. Okay. LH. What message does Spirit have for me at this time? I would like to experience more synchronicities and more clear messages from my guides. And I would like to heal from my 80-year-old mother who is lonely and suffering. Oh, I would like a healing from my 80-year-old mother who is lonely and suffering from anxiety due to ongoing COVID scenario and the fact that she has asthma and high blood pressure. Thank you so much for all the beautiful work you do at this time. You're welcome. Okay, so messages from Spirit. Now, I would definitely look up on YouTube, look up my Divine Guidance Council meeting, because that's how you'll get really good at listening to your spirit guides. The most important thing is to figure out what your yes is and what their no is, which you can designate. You can say, put a yes in the top left corner, and a no would be the bottom right hand corner, and you'll see words take shape. You'll see movement, you might see a light, you might see all kinds of different things, but you got to keep an open mind. I also have a video that I did on YouTube. If you put in, what was it called? Naked Truth, Intuition. Put those words in with my name. So Amy Satori, Naked Truth, Intuition, and watch that video. Okay, let's see what else. Let me get some spirit cards going. No one is to blame. You just need to see the advantages and benefits and go from there. So maybe let go of any kind of guilt or blame towards you or the other person. Wow. You need to remove that toxic person or group from your life if you want things to change. So, nobody needs to be blamed or anything. Just realize they're on a different path and you go your own way. Wow. When Spirit talks, it's time to take action. Train yourself to pay attention to those nudges and act quickly. So it looks like Spirit's been trying to get you away from some kind of a toxic person or situation in your life, and you're not listening. So learn to listen to those promptings. This involves fear of death, but there really is no death except of the ego. The energy just transforms, but it's still there. There's a good video by Mooji, Mooji, and it's called The Death of Death. Might be a really good one to watch. Quit banging your head against the wall doing the same thing. Mix it up and do something different. Get out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself. Wow. You're handling yourself better than you think you are, though. Keep it up. But you got to start taking action on what they tell you to do. If you had any idea how protected you are, you wouldn't spend another wasted moment on worry. Wow. If you knew the beautiful things ahead for you, you would trust where all this is going. We got you. Avoid or keep away from this subject, person, or situation. Wow. Yeah, you're really getting urged to get away from somebody or something. We're doing all that we can to help comfort and encourage you. We love you so much. That's awesome. Okay, so the healing, the healing for your 80-year-old mother who's lonely and suffering. Okay. She's giving permission. Tai hupumama amaan hana na ke shen sasikena he la pum hopa ke na tai She needs more hobbies and things to do, and I feel like her knitting or doing something with yarn or doing something kind of creative. So if she's in in a retirement home, you would talk to maybe the art director and get them to spend some time teaching her something new that she can do with her hands. She also needs something to kind of nurture and treat like a pet, whether it be a plant or a fish, like something that she can talk to. I feel like she needs like a little friend, even if it's a pet rock or something. She also likes poetry, so if you can get her a book of poetry, I think she'd really enjoy that. It would be good too also to get her like an alarm clock that wakes you up by classical music or some music that she enjoys. I think that would be a really sweet thing to do for her too, to encourage her. I'm not sure how much access you have to her, but if you can get her one of those clocks that wake you up with soft music, that would be great. She also needs pine. She needs pine smell, like a pine candle in her place, to clear the energy. There's like stale, stagnant energy there, and I feel like there's a spirit that's been communicating with her or hanging out with her. Is it a husband? Maybe her old husband or something? Somebody's hanging out, encouraging her and kind of playing with her in a good way, keeping her laughing and playful. I feel like things are going to be lifting sometime soon to where she can go outside more and go out on outings and things. That's going to like breathe new life into her. She's going to feel so much better when she can get back to more normalcy. And I feel like that's going to be happening within the next maybe month or two where she's at. So, okay, that's what I'm getting. Okay, EC. Hi, Amy. Please provide an update on a person I'm interested in. Will he let go of his present supposed karmic relationship? What can you tell me about a true love choosing the karmic over a relationship with DFs? I don't want to continue with false hope. So let me just ask Spirit about the situation. I mean, we know that eventually he's going to leave. You know, that's just like inevitable. Whether he gets married to the person and leaves years from now after he's taken enough abuse, or, you know, but he's going to leave that person. I get a yes too. Let's see. How will this play out? That's a good way to ask that question. How will this situation play out? It does feel like he goes the wrong direction at first, and then he keeps thinking about you and longing for you, and it becomes overwhelming, and he switches over and goes with you. Now, who knows how much time that's going to be. So I would watch one of my videos in my True Love playlist called When Your Divine Masculine Throws You a Curveball. Because sometimes they are known to pick the karmic, and when that happens, basically it opens doors for you to have a new true love come in. The divine feminines are not going to be left without someone. If that's what they desire and that's what they're wanting to manifest is a true love relationship, then they will have that. If they've been healing themselves and using the law of attraction, they are going to manifest somebody who is wonderful for them. So, I guess if you find out that he's started, that he has gone to the next level with her or something like that, then that would be your signal to just turn your back on that connection. You're going to still think about him and it's going to really bother you, but just heal your abandonment issues, get over him as best you can and move on and look for other opportunities with other people. So this is going to keep your energy clear and smooth and keep your heart in the right place, and it's going to open up doors for you for other true loves to come in. So you could watch my video on the different types of true love. So the masculines are given an incredible opportunity with you, and it's pretty much they're passing on their inheritance if they pick somebody else. And then you're going to have other suitors come about, but to the masculine, you're always going to be the one that got away. So how long they suffer in that is completely an individual thing. With your guy in particular, it feels like he's got another at least 2 months worth of suffering to go before he makes an about face. But I guess don't be shocked if they do get engaged or something crazy happens like that, or if it looks like they're really happy or something. Just basically mind your own business. As hard as it is, mind your own business. Don't even pay attention to him. The best thing you can do is just completely ignore it, or just work on yourself and do your own thing and do what you got to do to make your, don't ever put your life on hold for that other person. Never, never, never. And if you feel like you're waiting on him to make some kind of major decision, just make the decision without him, because you don't know how long you're going to be waiting. And you have to leave them the room and the space to be able to make their own decisions as best they can. So, or, to go through their life lessons and things they need to go through. So just let them do that and have respect for their path. And just pray that they find their happiness, because that will eventually lead to you. So pray that they love themselves and pray that they reach for their happiness, their truest happiness. And and he'll end up with you if you pray that. But you're praying for his happiness and well-being, and for him to love himself. So hama natin sa sishihin ke ina hai on. They said, Spirit said, it all ends well for you, so don't even worry about it. Like, whether it's with him or with somebody new, something wonderful is going to happen for you. So you have nothing to fear, nothing to fret. Just don't wait. Don't be in that waiting energy, and move on as quickly as you can, and turn your attention away from him, and just be working on yourself, healing yourself, and getting yourself in a position in life to where you're really going after what it is that's truly important for you and that means a lot to you and that makes you feel excited about going forward. Okay. PC. I hope all is well and thank you for all you do. You're welcome. I've developed this incredibly itchy rash on the trunk of my body, lower back, and lower side of my scalp under the hair. It's driving me bonkers. I'm hoping you might have some insight as to what is driving all this, and a natural cream or something that can heal the itching and rash. Would love it if you could send a healing or blessing. I feel like it's a bug. I feel like it's some kind of a bug that you can't see. I think you should go to like a dermatologist or somebody who deals with microscopic bugs. That's what it feels like to me. Peppermint, for some reason, peppermint feels like those bugs don't like peppermint. And I guess there's some irritation with details in your life, like having to work through certain details are really annoying for you right now. So I guess start taking care of things that you've been procrastinating on. Start tackling, list all the different things. Like if you were to start a new life, what would be all the things that you would have to like tie up the loose ends about, and start tackling those things. Like make a big long list, and then choose to do one of those things off that list every single day. At least one thing off that list. So that by the end of like 30 days, you'll have gotten 30 things done, and you'll feel much, much better and feel relieved. Take some pressure off. And I feel also that there's some irritation with your mother, maybe a controlling mother that you need to work on as well. But those are the major issues right now that I feel like you need to deal with, and I'm sending some healing energy around the whole thing too, to bring solutions and answers and epiphanies that can help you through this. Shenche pehet ma'ana kain sensei chitina hopo ma'an. Now I just saw some steer antlers, which means, like, to me kind of symbolizes a stag, and a stag symbolizes union. So I don't know the situation that you're in right now, but it sounds like if you have a true love, they're promising that is going to come together. So, but keep working on yourself right now and doing the healing that you need to do, and find an expert in micro creatures. Okay. Okay, EC. Hi, Amy. Still waiting around for things to happen, like the lit agent contacting me. What seems to be the holdup? Can you do a clearing? Are we still on track for the eventual movie? Any updates are appreciated. I feel like it's still happening. I feel like some other projects slipped in there and it got put to the bottom of the stack of paperwork for some reason. They said life happened, and they're also trying to get away from some bad guy political stuff. It feels like they're having to set some boundaries, and some bad guys are trying to get in the way of the movie. So they're trying to they're putting it off for now till the bad guys are taken care of, if that makes sense. So if your project was a really inspiring one, it's like the bad guys were trying to put the kibosh on it. So they're waiting for the bad guys to be like the handcuffs put on them and them taken away for them to push forward on this other project. And I do feel like that's going to happen. So let me just take a look at some tarot cards as well. Interesting. Yeah, they're setting boundaries with somebody who's been lying, cheating, stealing, manipulating, taking money, and they've just been getting in the way, trying to sabotage the project. So they're protecting it, though. It's wish fulfillment to get that project on, going. So I don't know if there's anybody that you can kind of talk to about it, or I don't even know. Should she just let it happen naturally? Yeah. Just give it time. Don't sit in that waiting energy, waiting for it to happen. Start doing other creative projects. Keep going forward in your life on things. Keep the energy moving, in other words. Don't sit around waiting for that to happen, and don't put all your eggs in that basket. Just start, create a new project, work on a new movie, create a new script, make some music, do some poetry, do some painting, some drawing, move to a new area, whatever you're waiting on. Like when this movie gets made, I'm going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Start trying to accomplish X, Y, and Z without the movie getting made. Like, start leaning toward that and start manifesting it, imagining what your life is going to be like when this happens for you, and lean into that energy of a new life, and you'll be given back to you as a result. I think you're going to be manifesting it, but the waiting energy is definitely not in your favor. That's not helping. So almost forget completely about it, and that's when it'll happen. Okay. GB. Good afternoon, Amy. I am so happy and excited to have finally made it here. Thank you so much for all that you do and for your time. I would like to get an update from God or Spirit as it pertains to my overall aspect of my life, most importantly my career, and how I can best manifest my desires into my life. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I just realized the microphone was sitting a little ways away. I'll have to turn up the volume later. Okay. I'd like to get an update from God and spirits as it pertains to overall aspect of life, most importantly career, and how I can best manifest my desires in my life. I'm open to receiving any updates or messages from my DM as well. Okay. I just got coming together. Like, you guys are about 8 out of a scale of 1 to 10 and coming together. So it's 8.5. Okay. What else do you have to say? Having a good cry, then putting your hand on your heart and saying I love you can be all that you need. So be sure to be honoring your feelings and being there for yourself. Spirit talks to you through everything and everyone. Develop your senses. Pay attention to background noise, conversations, colors, shapes, smells, sounds, numbers. Ask inanimate objects how they feel. Talk to nature and animals, but stay in touch with the symphony of life. Oh, they said something about divine timing. I know that you barely, you were on the tail end of the 18th, I think it was. You're one of those people that were like right on the brink. But they're saying to trust the divine timing of things, because everything happens exactly as it's supposed to, and there's no reason to hurry. There's no reason to slow down. There's no like improper timing. So try to learn to be more in the moment and concentrate on getting rid of that whole idea of time altogether. And you'll be more at peace, and you'll flow more easily with spirit. You need to remove that toxic person or group from your life if you want things to change. So it feels like you'll have to make some sacrifices in order to really embrace your peacock feathers. I see like you shedding a snake skin and becoming, just living and embracing your new skin. Always align with your highest truth and speak from that place for your best outcome for everyone. Live your truth. Okay. And they said quit hiding behind a bushel. Okay. I think it's time to make that move. What are you waiting for? Just do it. Love and appreciate you, your body, and your circumstances just as they are. Change comes through radical acceptance. Learn to be more fluid and flexible rather than only seeing things the way you always have. Well, there we go. Just keep doing your healing work and everything is working out. As everything is working out. Okay. Give anonymously to those who are in a difficult place you've once been before. We're all just a work in progress, so cut yourself some slack and begin again. Self-love is the nucleus of all that is good. Okay, yeah, they're showing me a basketball. So basketballs can be about playing and having fun. It can be whatever basketball represents to you. Maybe you need to be a little bit more strategic. But also balls represent for me being present in the moment, because it makes me think of Babe Ruth and how he could see the stitches of the balls because he was so present. I feel like, yeah, you need more playful energy. You need to not take yourself and things so seriously. Learn how to do a divine guidance council meeting. And learn to listen to your gut. Like, don't doubt it. Act on it. Like, as soon as you get signs and synchronicities, don't even waste time. Just get going on it and start taking action towards what you feel pulled to. And I do feel like you're going to it might be hard to remove some of these people from your life, but it feels like you're going to feel so free once you do. I think you'll be really super proud of yourself and so glad that you did it. Okay. HM. Hi, Amy. A mini medbed treatment to clear any harm from receiving the 2 shingles shots I received. Also, I'm texting my DM occasionally, but nothing serious. Can you do a love spread? Yeah. So the mini medbed for your shingles shot. Okay, they're getting rid of any kind of harmful ingredients. Shenche pepe nataki insan anaha pomo ma anate ho pa lakins shishi hela an hapekin tate isan seshi in haike. They're showing me a green energy, so I think it's healing that, but green can also be comparing yourself to others. So I think I would work on putting your blinders on in life and not paying attention to what anybody else is doing. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Be your own unique expression of yourself. So, yeah, I don't know how that all plays together, but it does somehow. Be your own muse, they just said. Be your own muse. If you do end up getting it or having any kind of toxic anything, focus on your healing and not on the bad thing, because some of this stuff is karmic and we're supposed to have certain things happen, but don't be afraid of it. Embrace it as best you can. Qigong can definitely help the energy move through quicker. I did too with the blissing I just gave you. So it's going to help it be smoother and shorter, I think. But it's going to get a lot of the, it got rid of a lot of the harmful things that it did, that would have, all the toxins. Gosh. Okay. And then your other question, doing a spread on your love. Boy, my battery's about to die. I'm really pushing it. Okay, God. What does he think and feel about her right now, please? What's he think and feel about her? What's he thinking and feeling about her right now, please? I think he's working hard on what it is that is wish fulfillment for him, and trying to make that happen. Trying to make a new beginning happen is what I'm seeing here. Let's see here. He knows that you guys can be really happy together and that you've got unfinished business to tend to. He knows you're his true love. He knows you're the only one for him. He puts you up on a pedestal, but he's working to be in his power so that doesn't happen. Wait, I just said doesn't happen. That's interesting, because I just looked at winter weather when I said doesn't happen. So, maybe he's predicting something that he's fearing is not going to happen. But he's going to charge forward and talk to you soon, because he's afraid you're going to leave him out in the cold, and he really misses you. And he really, really misses the rapport you guys have and the sweet connection. So he's going to work hard to get past his mental conflict. Maybe he lied to you. Maybe he hid from you because he thought you were too good for him. But he's going to really work to get in his power, because, wow, he sees you as the Empress and he sees himself as the Emperor in the future. So, yeah, this is definitely going to happen. And he's going to do right by you with some kind of an apology or offer of love. So I just feel like he's been doing a lot of assessing on his relationships and what truly makes him happy. And I think that that's really maturing him. It's helping him to really see things. It's transforming him and helping to see things more clearly. And he's definitely noticed that you guys have an incredible connection that he has with nobody else. And it's worth putting the effort in to heal what's gone on between you guys. So, and I just heard a dog bark in my mind. So it's like he's been barking up the wrong tree, trying to get his happiness there, but he's going to turn his attention on you, and trying to heal any harm that he has caused you, and heal the toxicity from that as well. He says he realizes he's made several mistakes that he would take back if he could, but he really would just at least like to apologize and have a chance to transform the situation. And he really does feel like you guys could be incredible together and even make a difference in this world. So, yay. All right. We're going to do a general blissing. Everybody drop your shoulders, relax. Whatever you would like to request at this time, is for the good of everybody involved and it respects everybody's free will, then it will be amplified. Lama na takin sa se la pumo ke na te san se he la anshensi si hupum homo oma anataike hala shense and san se ki la agains hala pupu ma an tata he la anche ke he a pumo ma oma anatai hala san se shi he la an tata e la ke en tata upum poma an chains I say he la ama on. Some of you are going to get a much, much better sleep from this blissing today. All right, you guys have a beautiful, beautiful week. If you want to order a question, you can go do that now at www.amysatori.com/askamy, and it'll tell you what date that's going to come out on that page. So I will talk to you guys later.